pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Dankert?
Mayor Steen.
Present.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Present.
Councilmember Baskin.
Present.
Helly.
Present.
Waller. King.
Present.
Bashusta.
Present.
Fisher.
Present.
We have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item 1, we need a motion for adoption of the agenda.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 2, need a motion approving the minutes from September 12th, 2019, September 16th, 2019, and September 30th, 2019. Need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We don't have anything for awards and recognitions. With number 4, we need a motion for the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Under public hearings, number 5 is public hearing on reassessment of tax forfeited properties. Ann?
Yes, there's a number of public hearings before you tonight, numbers 5 through 12. These are all different types of assessments for our fall assessments. So each type, the owner was notified via mail and we published it in the paper. So they were notified of each type of assessment. For each different assessment, there's a roll there which shows the property owner, the legal description, the parcel number, and the proposed amount to be assessed. Some of them are one-year assessments, the smaller ones like snow, junk, grass, administrative citations, and then we do have some larger ones like tax forfeited, sidewalk and driveway, and hazardous housing, which are 10-year assessments.
Each one of these is a separate hearing?
That is correct.
Okay. So, number 5, does any council people, any questions or comments? If not, it's a public hearing. Is there anybody here that wants to address the council on number 5? If not, we need a resolution adopting the assessment roll.
So move the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Bashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Number 6 is a public hearing on assessments for 2018-19 snow removal. Council, any questions on this? If not, it's a public hearing. Anybody from the public want to question the council or make a comment? If not, we need a resolution for number 6.
So moved the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Bashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Number 7 is a public hearing on assessments for 2018-19 weed and grass removal. Council, any questions?
7, that's
Can I add 7?
7.
Oh, I'm sorry. Public hearing on assessment for 2019 garbage and junk removal. Council, anything? Public hearing, is there anybody here who wants to address the council on this? If not, we need a resolution.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Bashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 8 is a public hearing on assessments for 2018-19 weed and grass removal. Council, questions, comments? If not, public hearing. Anybody have any comments? Okay, if not, we need a resolution for number 8.
So move the
Is
resolution.
there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 9 is a couple of resolutions, a public hearing on assessments for miscellaneous sidewalk and driveway projects. Any questions, comments? Anybody here to talk to the council on this? If not, we need a resolution declaring the cost of the assessment.
So move the resolution.
Is there a second? Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 9B is a resolution adopting the assessment roll.
So move the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Okay, 10 is public hearing on assessments for administrative citation. I have A, B, C, and D. These are separate public hearings, right? Each one? Okay, because normally they're numbered. So, public hearing on the assessments for administrative citations. A, adopting the assessment rule. Well, does anybody have any questions on any of these? I can do that, right? Is anybody in the public here have any questions or comments on any of these? If not, we need a resolution adopting the assessment roll. Park and Rec.
So move the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 10B is we need a resolution adopting the assessment roll for zoning.
So move the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 9C is a resolution adopting the assessment roll for rental housing. We need a resolution.
So move the resolution.
Is there a second? Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. And the final one for 10 is D, adopting the assessment roll sump pump. We need a resolution.
So move the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Moving on, 11 is a public hearing on assessment for hazardous housing abatement. Do we need an explanation? We're fine on that. Anybody have any questions on that? Public hearing, anybody here from the public that wants to address the council on this? If not, we need a resolution adopting the assessment roll.
So move the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. And our final one, 12 is a public hearing on assessments for unpaid daycare inspections. Any questions or comments? If not, we need a resolution.
So move the resolution.
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Under petitions and requests, 13 is a resolution approving a sponsorship agreement for the community band. Mr. Dankert?
In the past, council's approved being the fiscal sponsor for the community band such that they can get access to additional grant funds. The primary one is through the Southeastern Minnesota Arts Council, CMAC. CMAC has gone through some changes in their policies and procedures and is requesting that if we would be the fiscal agent again for the community band, that we actually have a resolution approving this fiscal sponsorship agreement that has been drafted, so that then they'd be allowed to apply for CMAC funds. In the past, they received anywhere from $3,000 to $3,500 towards the community band activities for the community. So we request council approval of such.
Council, any questions? Comments? If not, we need a resolution for 13.
So move the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 14 is a resolution accepting donations to the city. Self-explanatory. Need a resolution.
So move.
There's-
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 15 is a motion and ordinance reviewing an ordinance for a rural taxing district. Ms. Wallace.
This is regarding a recently annexed agricultural property owned by Laverne and Virginia Carrot. The property consists of approximately 108 acres, and if you recall, it is west of 218 near Creekside Business Park and north of the Ashley Furniture area. This area was annexed to position the city better economically. However, at this time is currently not developed. This was brought to work session, was determined that we should establish a rural taxing district to alleviate some of the increased tax burden on that property due to its undeveloped nature. This is allowed by state statute, and we currently have an ordinance that does consist of, apply to a few rural taxing districts in the city of Austin already. Our ordinance allows us to amend the ordinance to add these additional parcels. The district will terminate after 10 years or upon development, whichever is earliest, and then at 10 years, the council may consider an extension. We have not terminated any of the taxing districts at this time. The rural tax is determined by the approximate ratio, which in the judgment of the governing body exists between the benefits resulting from tax-supported municipal services to parcels of land of like market value situated in the rural service district and in the urban service district, which is the rest of the city respectively. Our current ordinance has established a ratio of 22:5, plus any municipal property taxes levied for payment of bonds, judgments, and interest thereon. Does anybody have any questions about establishing this property in the rural tax district?
If there are no questions, we need a motion for preparation of the ordinance.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And 15B is, we need a Jeff.
Move for adoption and publication of the ordinance.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Austin.
Aye.
Ordinance passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 16 is a motion authorizing the reallocation of funds in the Park and Recreation budget for the Community Recreation Center. Kevin.
Your Honor, these funds were allocated for support of the community center for 2019. However, the facility is not yet opened and will open approximately January 1, 2020. Regarding the reallocating, the city has an obligation to provide pool tables, game tables, and similar equipment, as well as computers for the homework area and a popcorn machine, and we're asking that the dollars be reallocated for this purpose.
Council, any questions, comments? If not, we need a motion.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 17 is a resolution approving an off-sale liquor license transfer to Miller R&R Inc., DBA Austin Liquor Store LLC. And this has got to be yours.
Yes, it is. We are requesting Austin Liquor Store license be transferred from its current owner to Miller R&R Inc. They've completed all the necessary paperwork and passed the background checks, so that would be effective as of November 1st.
Council, any questions or comments? If not, we need a resolution.
So move the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 18 is a resolution designating polling locations for the 2020 elections. Ms. Kazel?
Yes, this is our annual designation for all of our polling locations. We're already starting to prepare for the 2020 election. We have to do this before the end of the year, so we're just getting it done to check it off our list.
Are we changing any of the locations this
No.
year?
Nope.
Everything's going to be like last year?
Yes.
Good. Council, any questions, comments? If not, we need a resolution for 18.
So move the
Is
resolution.
there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Baskin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 19 is a series of motions granting the Planning and Zoning Department the power to contract for the removal of junk and/or illegally stored vehicles at the following locations. A, 105 13th Street Northeast, the Lander property. We need a motion.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? B, 1208 Fifth Avenue Northwest, the Matter property.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? C, 411 Main Street South, Windroth Merritt property. Need a motion?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. D, 1017 9th Avenue Southwest, the Integrity Real Estate Property. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? E, 408 13th Street Northeast, the Easley Property. We need a motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? F, 10056 6th Avenue Northeast, the Cunningham Property. Need a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. And finally, G, 808 5th Avenue Northeast, the Dirksen Property. Need a motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. We're now to citizens addressing the council. There's, sir, did you want to address the council on anything? Because you're the only. Okay.
He just has a stop sign question that I'm going to have him talk to Stephen Lang after the meeting
Okay.
for.
I don't think we have any other citizens in here, so we'll go to reports and recommendations. Paul, we'll start with you.
I have nothing, Your Honor.
Jason?
Just want to recognize Ann and Scott Felton. Did a nice job during the mini session that was here yesterday, or last week, testifying on the work that we're doing. And I thought it was really interesting because the folks that were here from the Census Bureau were talking about how they really need people to really work in the community and try to get local officials and local, groups aware of the census, and listening to them have the conversation as we are much further down the road than I think a lot of the country is. So a lot of credit to Ann, a lot of credit to the Malheur County Auditor's Office and all the team that's on the Complete Count Committee.
Thank you, Jason. Laura?
Just a reminder that the governor's pheasant hunting opener is coming to Austin this weekend. Thank you to Discover Austin, Minnesota. They've been working their butt off for over a year to get it all put together. So come out and enjoy the festivities. There's lots of free stuff, free music, kids activities, all kinds of things to do. So avail yourself of it. And again, thanks to Discover Austin. It's a really great boost to our community.
Good shot in the arm for Austin.
It is.
Jeff?
I have nothing, Your Honor.
Steve?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Joyce?
Nothing.
Craig?
Yeah, just wanted to add on to Jason's comments about the mini session. We had the legislature here and thank Representative Poppy. I know she had a direct hand in having them come to Austin, so it was nice to show them our wastewater treatment plant. Not the most glamorous position or site to show them, but certainly with the $73 million need, it was important to show them that as well as the 4th Avenue and Ramsey projects. And then on another note, over the weekend, Austin was recognized as a bird city by the Audubon Society, so it's nice to see that good work at the Nature Center and the community compliment that we're a tree city.
And a bird city.
Yep, and so now we can add birds to the list, but nice recognition of a lot of hard work for habitat and those sorts of things around the community that got us that designation.
Great. Any
I don't believe we have any reports.
reports? Okay, I don't really have anything other than the sewage treatment plant was kind of an eye-opener, I think, for some of the legislators. It's always nice to just sit and talk to them, and they had a lot of questions about Austin. I think a lot of them were somewhat impressed when they see what we have down here. A lot of them don't really know what Austin's all about. Anyway, with that, if there's nothing else, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn till Monday, October 21st at 5:30.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We'll take a short break and meet the conference.